¿Estás bien? Did you have a
I'm
good week?
pretty.
Yeah?
Oh, it was pretty good. It was definitely good. Now that testing is over.
Yes. That's always a good feeling, isn't it?
hmm
When testing is over. Did you get to do anything fun this weekend?
Nah, I just chill, just play some video games.
Yeah. Well, that's good. You guys been having good weather. You could get out and do stuff. Or has it been rainy?
It's been pretty sunny so far. It hasn't rained in a minute. Let me actually check the weather real quick. Eh, mm. it might rain, but like it's like a 15% chance,
Oh
but
yeah.
it
Yeah.
won't rain.
Yeah. I hear that. I hear that. So remember last week, Hill, we kind of played around with these big numbers and you did real well with them. So I have up here today adivina, which means guess, right? Adivina cuántos hispanohablantes hay en el mundo. So hispanohablantes is the word uh, Spanish speakers. Okay. So how many Spanish without Googling, just make a guess. Guess how many Spanish speakers there are in the world? 1,000,000,000, 1 billion, 1,000,000,000, right? 820 millones o 560 millones. A, B, or C. ¿Qué piensas tú? What you think? That's a really good guess. Really good guess. Well, let's see who else is going to join us, and then I'll give you the right answer. Right? And there's always a variance, depending upon, I guess, what site, what site you're getting the information from. Buenas tardes, Liliana. ¿Cómo estás? Feliz lunes, Isadora. How are you? So, Liliana, remember last week we did big numbers, right? So I thought I'd trip us up with this. Can you see my background, Liliana? Or Isadora? I'm good. I'm good. I'm starting to stress. I'm starting to stress about the end of the year. Making sure we dot all our I's and cross all our T's. Okay, up here. So, adivina, ¿cuántos hispanohablantes hay en el mundo? Guess, right? Adivina, guess. How many Spanish speakers are in the world? What do you think, Isadora? A, 1,000,000,000. B, 820 millones. Or C, 560 millones. No Googling, guessing. Adivina. What do y'all think? A, B? Yeah, that's what adivina, right? A, B, or C. So if there's roughly 7 billion people on the planet, right? Roughly. Liliana? Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to wait another 30 seconds or so to see who else joins us before I give you guys the answers. But what's interesting is 2 of the 3 of you chose the same thing. We'll have to see. So did you guys have fun this weekend? Isadora, what did you do this weekend? Liliana, did you work? Are you still working, Liliana? Yeah, did you get to do something fun? Oh, that sounds fun. Muy bien. Juliana, did you work? Oh, pool party. That's fun. So you guys had nice enough weather for pool parties? Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's great, Hill. Yes, it's now like barbecue grilling outside time, right? That's where everybody gets started grilling outside. See, muy bien. Okay, so our answer, you guys, how many Spanish speakers? ¿Cuántos hispanohablantes hay en el mundo? Sí, 560 millones, 560 million out of 7 billion. So what does everybody else speak? What does everybody else speak? What do you guys think? What are the most common languages or widely spoken languages? Yeah, English would be one. What else? Anybody else have an idea? Well, think about population. So it'd definitely be Chinese, right? And then probably Hindi, which is spoken in India, just based on population, right? Sí. Muy bien. All right, so what are we doing today? Oh, so many things to do. None of you guys are seniors, right? So, just to kind of put in perspective what we have to do, okay? We don't meet tomorrow, but Wednesday is, what is it, the 1st? Wednesday is the 30th. Okay, Wednesday's the 30th. The Monday after the 5th, which is the 5th, seniors, that's their last day, right? So we got to get some things done for the seniors in our class, right? Yeah, by Monday. Okay. So in that vein, you guys up here, vamos a conocer más. I think yours is roughly the 20th, maybe something like that, Hill. I have to double check again. It's all about whenever they're going to collect your computers, Yeah. And I haven't had confirmation yet of that. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, so vamos a conocer más del mundo hispanohablante, right? Y a los verbos irregulares en el pretérito. So we get to figure out, you guys, some more preterite or past tense verbs. But the ones that we did in the past were, no pun intended, were regular verbs. We are going to practice with 4 of them that are irregular. The good news is that it's the stem that makes them irregular. Okay, so we're going to start with those today, and we're going to kind of review. We had that just like 8 words in our vocab, you guys, other than the big number. So that's the plan today. Let me know if you have a question about anything in particular. And I know most of us are finished with our assignments, but I'm going to try to give everybody, some time at the end of the hour to make sure that everybody's got their ducks in a row, right? Okay, are we ready to start? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Yeah? See? Muy bien. Okay. So this is where we started. Isadora, you weren't with us last week. This is where we started section 8.3, okay, in our last unit of the year. And we talked about divisiones políticas, which is basically a map, because human beings are the ones who divide things into countries, right? Or city boundaries or state boundaries or, regional boundaries or whatever. It's all human beings just, making stuff up, right? Real maps, if you will, or real divisions are, rivers and mountain ranges and things like that. Okay, so taking a look at our screen, you guys, one more time. We had el país, which is a country. Okay. La región, the region, which is everything here like in this yellow. Okay. La capital is obviously the capital city, and usually in a map, you guys, they put it in like with a star or something to tell us that that's the capital. El pueblo is a little town or village, whatever word you want to use. Okay, not quite a city, smaller than a city. Okay, pueblo. Provincia is like a province, maybe a county was what we would call it. La frontera, we said, was a boundary. So like frontier, okay, which is something, right? In this case, a political boundary between, like on this map anyway, between Chile and Argentina, okay? And then our last word was ciudad, which is a city. So the difference between a ciudad and a pueblo, right? City is a big city, pueblo is something smaller, town, okay? So that was all of our vocab, other than we did big numbers. We practiced those big numbers, okay? All right, so here we are today. This, you guys, I really, especially if you're Kenzie, as a senior, I really need you guys to pay attention, okay? I'm going to try to make this short and sweet. If I've confused you, then you need to like stop me, ask me a question, you know, whatever, okay? All right, so what we're doing here are verbos irregulares in the preterite, in the past tense, okay? So what we notice immediately, you guys, is that if we start with decir, does anybody know what decir means, you guys? What does decir mean? Who can tell me real quick? To do what? What is decir? Anyone? Decir? Yes, to say or to tell. Okay, yep, very good. To say or to tell, okay? So if we just look at these real quickly, you know, they don't look particularly difficult, with the exception of, I can't decide what tool I want to use. If it's an IR verb here, okay, then we need to remember what our IR verb endings were, right? Well, they used to be, if it's a regular IR verb, our yo form ended in E, like that. Remember, you guys? Not the case here. Not the case here. So we have sort of a new ending here. We have just an E, but then look at our root or our stem. DEC becomes DIJ. DEC becomes DIJ. Okay. So it's yo dije. I said, or I told. Okay. Good news here. Iste and O are the same, just no accent. Okay. Our stem is DIJ. Dijiste, dijo. Yo dije, tú dijiste, él dijo. Okay. So our yo form, I'm just going to put a star over here, is kind of a goofy one. In our plurals, we still have DIJ as a stem. Okay, it's an IR verb. And so the good news is it follows the regular pattern, imos with an I. Okay. But when we come down here, you guys, it's eron. It's not IERON anymore. It's just ERON. So these are tricky because they don't follow any particular pattern whatsoever. Now, the good news is this. I did put this visual in your resource library, okay? can't find it at some point, then let me know. But just know that it is in there. Okay. So let me erase my scribbles. And really all I can do is, just point it out to you because, and we can practice, right? Okay. So our root or our stem is DIJ. Okay. And then we have to add these goofy endings. Dije, dijiste, dijo, dijimos, and dijeron with no I. Okay. Questions? We'll practice here in just a second. Alrighty. Who remembers what does hacer mean? Like if somebody says, ¿Qué haces? What does that mean? Do y'all remember what that means? ¿Qué haces? Hacer. What is hacer? To. Anyone? Yes. To do or to make. Depends on the context. Okay. So we got to know, we have to make sure we know what they mean. To do or to make. Okay, so let's look at what we got here. So the first thing we have to take into consideration, you guys, is our stem. So HAC becomes HIC, okay? Let's compare our endings. So we had dije and ise. Remember the H is silent. So that fits, right? Dije and ise, they work together. Get it? Here we had dijiste, tú dijiste, and now we have tú hiciste, you did or you made. So that works, right? We still have our HIC and we still have our ISTE. However, then when we come here, it's not just adding an O to the weird stem. Now it becomes a Z. Okay. Usted, él, and ella hizo. Hizo, right? The H is silent. Hizo. Yeah. I mean, again, there's nothing we can do here except remember them, practice with them. Okay. So the good news is nosotros is always normal, right? We have our emos. Even though it's an ER verb. But it's HIC. Okay. And then when we come back here, we have HIC, and then we go back to our old pattern of adding an I, hicieron. So hacer, you guys, is like the bomb. It's the bomb. Okay. I need like kapow, I need like something blowing up here. Pow, right? Because hacer is just insanity. So yo hice, tú hiciste, él hizo, nosotros hicimos, ustedes, ellos, and ellas hicieron. Hicieron, right? Got to add our Z here. Okay. So I'm going to give you a minute to copy those, take a picture. I don't know, whatever, but let's talk about them again. Decir is to say something or to tell. Yo dije, tú dijiste, él dijo, nosotros dijimos, ellos dijeron, just plain old ERON. Hacer, to do or make. Yo hice, tú hiciste, él hizo, nosotros hicimos, ellos hicieron. Hicieron. Now, why did this thing become a Z? Well, because in front of an O, if we had left it a C, or if they had left it a C, then we would have had to pronounce it eco with the K sound. Well, that doesn't jive. So they made it a Z in front of the O so that it maintains the ise, hiciste, hizo, not eco. Okay. Because of the sound of the letters. I mean, that's just how they work. So that's the explanation for the Z. It's all about maintaining the same sound as the rest of them. Okay, so I did, you did, he did, we did, they did, or I made, you made, he made, we made, or they made. Okay, past tense for those of you just joining us. Irregulars. Okay, questions real quick. No questions? Okay. So let's do some practice. Okay. I do expect you guys your answers in the chat, for the main reason being this. If you type it, it's going to give you that brain path in your head to make more sense to you, right? And that practice of like how to spell them as opposed to identifying them. So I am going to ask you to type them in the chat. You typing them forces you to think about them, and that's going to help you remember them. Okay. All right. So let's look at the first one. So in this one, we are only doing decir. We're only doing decir. Okay. So, número uno, ayer tú me something, la respuesta del problema. So in the chat, how would I fill in the blank? Good. Isadora. Remember, you guys, typing the answer, it forces us to think about the letters and they're help us remember. So put your answers in the chat, please. Number one. Ayer tú me something, la respuesta del problema. And we're using decir. Okay, check again, Hill. Liliana, very good. Don Travius, Kinsey. We're on numero uno. Hill, check it again. It's kind of like it tricks our eyes with that J there. Don Travius, you got an answer for us? There you go, Hill. Okay, clase. Dijiste. IJI. It tricks our eyes. Okay. Ayer tú me dijiste la respuesta del problema. Yesterday, you told me the answer to the problem. Okay. Bueno. Okay. Número dos. Nosotros le something gracias a la maestra. Yesterday, he said thank you to the teacher. So what do I put in the blank? Come on, you guys, we need to move quickly because, like I said, we are running out of days. Very good, Hill. Good, Don Travius. Liliana, Isadora, Kenzie. Nosotros le. Yes, very good. Dijimos gracias. Remember, you guys, our goal is to practice writing them. That's going to help us build a neural pathway to our brain. So in the chat, please. Okay. Número tres. Mi hermana me something un secreto anoche. My sister told me a secret last night. Good, Isadora. Good, very good. So, dijo. Mi hermana me dijo un secreto anoche. She told me a secret last night. Muy bien. Ok, número cuatro. Ellos me something que vendrían a la fiesta. Very good, Liliana. Who else? Be careful, Hill. Ellos. Don Travius, how about you? Kinsey? Dora? Isadora? Izzy, what do you say? for number 4? Montravius, muy bien. There you go. Muy bien, Isadora. Okay. Yep. So dijeron. Ellos me dijeron. They told me that they would come to the party, right? They told me they would come to the party. Okay, number 5 is kind of tricky, so give yourself a minute. ¿Qué le something tú a tu amigo en el recreo? Recreo is when you go outside to play when you're a kid at school, recess. Very good, Isadora. Anybody else? Number 5. Hill. Good, Don Travius. Okay, so it's tú, right? You guys, right here, tú. So dijiste. So what did you say to your friend, or what did you tell your friend at recess? ¿Qué le dijiste tú a tu amigo en el recreo? What did you tell your friend during recess? Okay, bueno, last one is easy. Número 6. Yo le something a papá que terminé la tarea. Yes. Good, Don Travius. Anyone else for number 6? Quickly. Good, Hill. Liliana, how about you? Kinsey? Generical, if you think you can jump in. Right, very good. Yo le dije a papá que terminé la tarea. I told dad that I finished the homework or my chore, whichever. Okay. Sí, muy bien, clase. Okay, let's go on. Now, next thing with hacer, to do or to make. Okay. So we're going to do this screen, and then I have another kind of practice for us with both of these verbs, right? So again, remember, we're trying to type them so that we can get accustomed to them. Okay, so number 1, ayer yo something un dibujo muy bonito. So yesterday I made a really pretty picture or drawing. And we're using hacer here. So what do I do for number 1? Very good, Hill. The quicker we move, you guys, the better it's going to be. We only have so many days left, and we need to get it done. Muy bien, Don Travius. Very good, Isadora. So, ayer yo hice un dibujo muy bonito. Yesterday I made, right? Yo hice a really pretty drawing. Okay, número 2. Did you do your math homework? Did you do your math homework? What do I do for number 2? Very good. Hiciste. So our root is hice, and then our ending is iste, just like in the regular one. So that's kind of easy. Okay, número 3. Mi mamá, something, una torta de chocolate. Yes. Good, Liliana. Number 3, you guys. Very good. So that's the one that keeps the Z, right? Ella hizo una torta de chocolate. My mom made a chocolate cake, right? Again, the Z so that we can keep the sound, because otherwise it would be ico, and that's not what it is, right? We need the S sound, hizo. Okay? All right, again for spelling, número 4, nosotros. We made a sand castle at the beach or on the beach. We made a sand castle. What did we do? Isadora? Muy bien. Very good, Hill. Himos is our ending for nosotros. That never changes. Just our stem. H-I-C. Hicimos. Okay, número 5. Ellos. Careful. They made a line to get into the cinema. Careful, Hill. Good. Good. Janerical, you gonna pop your 2 cents into the chat? Liliana, Kinsey. There you go, Hill. Good job. Muy bien. Hicieron. Hicieron. We do add the I here. Okay. And the I again is to keep the sound. Because if we did Hiceron, it would be Iqueron by the rules, And so we have to add the I in order to keep this sound here. Okay. Okay, our last one. Clara y tú. You and Clara made a poster for class. Yes, Liliana, you and Clara, or Clara and you, made a poster for class. It's you guys, Don Travius. Good, Isadora. Anybody else for number 6? So if it's Clara and you, that means it's plural. Okay. Well, we don't looking at my screen, my Zoom screen. Remember, we don't deal with vosotros. And that's singular anyway, sort of. So our plural then is ustedes. Hicieron. Hicieron. Okay. So it's Clara and you. In other words, you guys. And so ustedes. Okay. Okay. Preguntas. Any questions here? No questions here. Okay. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. Okay. And I am going to put a link, you guys. Practiquemos ahora. I'm going to put a link in the chat for you guys to join me into this Nearpod. Okay. So let me know if it does not open for you, because we want to make sure that it opens for you. Okay. So give me one sec. Okay. All right. In the chat, you guys should see the Nearpod link. And this is students. You guys got this one. Okay. This is something for you to work through yourself. What you should see are 2 fill in the blank slides. So let me know if it does not open for you. And you're dragging and dropping your answers in. Okay. Did it open for you? Give me a thumbs up if it opened for you. Yes. Okay, perfect. All right. So I have about, I have 12:54. So at 1 o'clock, I'll give you guys to about 1 o'clock to work your way through these. So take your time. Okay, thank you. We'll check our answers here in a minute. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're done. Okay, Hill's done. Anyone else finished with the Nearpod? All right, another minute or so. Okay, Isadora's finished. Gracias. Okay. Kenzie, how you doing? Don Travius? Janerica, let me know when you're done. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, so tell me what I should do for numero uno over here. You did the chore yesterday. You guys, you did the chore yesterday. So what's my answer? Or rather, I did the chore yesterday. Very good. So ise. Okay, we'll just check in our answers real fast. She made a chocolate cake. Ella. Ella. What is it? She made a chocolate cake. Ella. Yeah, ella hizo una torta de chocolate. Nosotros hicimos, right? Those are always easy. And so is the tu form, hiciste, hiciste. Okay, how many of you got all four of those correct without a problem? Yay, give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, let's go to the next one here. All right, so here we had to do decir. So again, I said hi to my teacher. So what do I put in the blank here for number one? I said hi to my teacher. Yep, very good. Dije. Very good. Oops, dije. Tú. You said you told us a funny story. You told us a funny story. Dijiste. Very good. You told us a funny story. Ellos. They said the truth. They said the truth. What would I do? Or what did you do? They said the truth. Ellos dijeron with no I, right? It's just E-R-O-N. Okay. Él dijo la respuesta correcta. He said the correct answer. And then Alicia y yo dijimos gracias. We said thank you for the gift. How many of you got all five of those? Give me a round of applause. Yes. Yay. Muy bien. Muy bien. Spelling is the issue, isn't it, you guys, when these things are as crazy irregular as they are. Okay. I need to pull up a listening exercise. So you guys take a little break for a second while I can see if I can get that open for us real quick. These aren't always successful for me, so we'll see how we do. and they don't let you save them. So. Okay. We can make this happen. Okay. So what you guys are going to need to do is a couple of things. You want to make sure that you can hear me or hear it. Okay. And you want to make sure that you can see my screen. Okay. Okay. So it says, listen to the characters, talk about what they did, and match the participants with their activities. So before I do anything, before I play anything or do anything, let's just look at our choices first, because that's always the smart way to do things. So we have Tim y Mac, and then una cena deliciosa, a delicious dinner. Una nueva amiga, a new friend. Unas figuras de cerámica. What is that, you guys? Ceramic what? What is figuras? What's your guess? What is unas figuras de cerámica? Yeah, ceramic figure, very good. Un viaje a la costa, a trip to the coast. And planes para el verano, plans for summer. Okay. All right. So we're listening for those things, right? Right. We have all of these things we're listening for. We're going to try to match them with the people who are actually going to do these things or actually have done these things. It'd be past tense. Okay. All right. Everybody clear about what we're doing. So I've slowed it down. I'll play it multiple times. Okay. And you all, when you think you have a guess, pop it in the chat. It's easier to put these things in the chat for no points. You can make all the mistakes you want than to try to do it as an assignment. Okay, with points attached and everything. Okay, all right, so here we go. All right, here we go.
Tim, Mac, ¿qué hicieron este fin de semana?
Mi abuelo y yo fuimos a un taller de artesanía. Hicimos unas figuras de cerámica muy bonitas para mi abuela.
Okay, did we catch it? What would your answer be? Here's your answers. Okay, let's listen again.
Tim, Mac, ¿qué hicieron este fin de semana?
Mi abuelo y yo fuimos a un taller de artesanía. Hicimos unas figuras de cerámica muy bonitas para mi abuela. ¿Y tú, Diana?
Okay, any guesses for number one, given our choices? Can y'all hear it okay? Very good, Hill. Okay, I'll play it one more time.
Tim,
Listen.
Mac, ¿qué hicieron este fin de semana?
Mi abuelo y yo fuimos a un taller de artesanía. Hicimos unas figuras de cerámica muy bonitas para mi abuela. ¿Y tú, Diana?
Okay, so what did they do? Lasse? ¿Qué hicieron? ¿Qué hicieron? What did they do? Were you guys not able to hear that? Okay, well, Hill got it. Very good, Hill. Hill says unas figuras de cerámica. That's exactly right. Very good. Okay, so now he says to you, he says, ¿Y tú, Diana? What about you, Diana? Okay, so let's listen.
Yo conocí a una chica muy simpática. Ahora tengo una nueva amiga.
¡Qué bueno!
Okay. I'll play it again.
Yo conocí a una chica muy simpática. Ahora tengo una nueva amiga.
So what did Diana do? ¿Qué hice Diana? Very good, Hill. Anyone else? ¿Qué hizo Diana, what did she do? Conocí una. Okay. Conocí una nueva amiga. Muy bien. Una nueva amiga. Okay, so let's see what Rita did, right? ¿Qué hizo Rita? Let's listen.
¡Qué bueno! ¿Y tú, Rita, qué hiciste?
Yo hice un viaje a la costa y me gustó mucho.
Okay. One more time.
¿Y tú, Rita, qué hiciste?
Yo hice un viaje a la costa y me gustó mucho.
Okay, what'd she do, you guys? Did we hear? ¿Qué hizo Rita? Okay, one more time. Y'all need to listen carefully.
Bueno. ¿Y tú, Rita, qué hiciste?
Yo hice un viaje a la costa y me gustó mucho.
Anybody? What did she do? ¿Qué hizo Rita? What did she do? Yes. Un viaje a la costa. Muy bien. She went to the coast. She went on a little trip. Okay, muy bien. Okay. Let's figure out Andy y Janet.
Andy, Janet, ¿qué hicieron ustedes? Hicimos una cena deliciosa. Andy hizo una ensalada y yo hice pasta con vegetales.
Okay. Any guesses here? Very good, Isadora. Anybody else hear it? Okay, let's try again. Let's listen.
Mucho. Andy, Janet, ¿qué hicieron ustedes? Hicimos una cena deliciosa. Andy hizo una ensalada y yo hice pasta con vegetales.
Okay, anybody else? Una cena deliciosa. Muy bien, muy bien. All right, so this last one.
Rico. ¿Y ustedes qué hicieron, Tess?
Mi mamá y yo hicimos planes para el verano porque mi familia viaja con frecuencia.
Okay, so what was left? Planes para el verano, right? They made plans for the summer because their family visits. Sí, muy bien. Okay, good job. If you were able to hear that, nicely done. Okay, so if you were not with us at the beginning of class, I'm going to repeat myself one more time. If you are a senior like Kinsey, okay, technically your final is supposed to be Monday, right? I'm not going to give you a final, Kinsey, right? But the final is essentially that you need to kind of get all of your work done. So we are running short of days, you guys. We only meet, 2.5 days a week, basically, and we're running short of days. So I would urge all of you to make sure that if you have missing assignments in VHL or something like that, that you make it a point to get caught up. Okay. Having said that, if you have missing work, now is what you should be working. I'll give you guys some work time. Okay. Generical. I'm going to send you a chat here. Okay. All right. So while I set up this next thing, you guys go ahead and look in VHL Don't forget Unit 4. Make sure you have Unit 4 stuff done as well in VHL. Okay, while I set up this last little thing for us. Okay. And please try to be on time for class, you guys. We're going to kind of rush to finish Unit 8. So you need to be here on time. We need to move, kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Okay. All right. So give me 1 second. Any questions about maybe what I just said? Okay, so you are checking to see that you have everything in VHL done and everything in the modules turned in, like guided notes, stuff like that. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Several of you, in fact, many of you, have still not done the quiz for sections 8.1 and 8.2. That's in VHL. Okay, so we need to make sure that we are getting the quiz done, getting our stuff done. That was what I was going to tell you. Yeah. Okay, don't leave me yet, because I'm trying to set up this last thing for us. My computer's not cooperating. My computer's thinking. I'm sorry, you guys. It's thinking. Not going. Okay. All right. Ooh, I got it. Okay. So if you can meet me in Canvas, you might want to refresh your screen. If you have not done the quiz, then that is your priority. In VHL, if you can't find it, then you need to speak up and let me know. Okay, if you can meet me in Canvas, and please make sure that you update your screen, refresh your screen. It should be this very, very, very last thing here. Decir o hacer. Decir o hacer. So let's click on that. Okay, and it's asking us for two things. So let's take a look at my screen, please. In the first section, and it doesn't really matter what order you do these in, but in the first section, it's asking you to write sentences. They've given you the verb. Okay, so for example, if you watch my screen, we'll do the first one together. Ayer hiciste la comida. That's our sentence. Ba-boom. Okay, no need to complicate it. If you have a question, let me know. Okay, notice I went in the order essentially in which they have the sentences laid out. Okay, when I come down here, I have to know what these words mean in order to figure out if I'm talking about something I'm saying or something I did, or something I said or something I did. So for example, number one, I did a chore. Number two, I did an exercise. Number three is the truth. So you say the truth or you tell the truth. Okay. So you'll need to know what the rest of these mean. So if you need help with that, let me know. If you are all caught up with everything, this is what you should be working on. If you have not completed the quiz, then that's what you need to be working on. Okay, if you don't know where to find it, then you need to let me know. Your verb forms are in the resource library, so you may need to open another tab for those. Okay. All right. So workday all around. Please reach out if you have a question. I'm going to try to fix something here. Yes, ma'am. I have about, I don't know how much time you think you need, maybe less. I have about less than 10 minutes. Would that help you, Isadora? Would that work? Okay, perfect. Okay, Don Travius, let me know if you need help finding something. Okay, well, I can stick around. I can stick around, or you can just pull it up and go Guardian now, and I can try to help you. Would that help? Okay, do you want to do that? Just pull it up where I can see it and go Guardian. Okay, so show me your screen. Okay. Exercise 2, right? Okay, so okay, that's cool. So let's figure this out by let's think process of elimination. Okay. We use porque, 2 words, when it's a question, right? If we're asking a question, it's a question word, why? So if in your practice there, you see something that has question marks, you know it's the porque with the space in between. Yes. Okay. Because what we're trying to do is like cause and effect, essentially, you know, why and because. Okay. So then the other two, por and porque, one word, are the same, essentially the same thing. We're trying to say because. So when do we use which because? So to keep it simple, again, process of elimination, we use POR if the next word is a noun. We use porque, because, one word, right? When it's followed by an action. Now you have to be careful with the action, because action does not always mean motion. It can mean that you have something, right? Or that you're thinking something, or, you know, whatever, right? It doesn't have to be like a physical movement. Okay. Does that make sense? So the first blank in there, it says son los ganadores del campeonato. They are the winners of the championship. They are son. That's an action. So what would you put in the blank? There you go. Okay. Right? Is that helpful? See? All right. Muy bien. Good questions. Okay, we have about a minute left. If you have a question or trying to get something turned in, just an FYI, it is now 1:30. Okay. Yes, so once again, you guys, please be on time. We're short on days, especially if you're a senior. So come ready to work. Okay? All right, reach out if you have a question. Nos vemos miércoles, clase. Good job. Adios. Adios. Have a great rest of your day. Adios, clase.